Right, all you insomniac gamers, and especially you Streetlight Crusaders out there as well tonight, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special. And seeing the fact that we are still marching our way to the Showcase of the Immortals, and they recently said it was too big for one night, I think we should go in that same direction, don't you, Maestro? Yeah, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for us to go into a story that is too big for one show and has to be concluded on another show for a very special big-time edition of Kill the Hordes Maestro! DJ Smokey's Great Moments in Wrestling History! And if you're wondering at home, yeah, I'm still pointing at that sign, looking off at the distance at how beautiful it is and how great it is that it lights up every single time I mention that word that I usually do for this part of the show. I don't know how Maestro does it, but it's still cool to me. And with that said, folks, this great moment in wrestling history that is a two-parter comes from the video game WWE 2K14. And this great moment in wrestling history takes place approximately almost 2 months ago when I decided to go back to this game to do a pay-per-view that I've been meaning to do for the longest amount of time for a federation that I had in that game for the longest amount of time called the Tri-State Wrestling Federation, with a side promotion on the side called Friday Night Chick Fights. And the pay-per-view that we had up on the plate heading into the month, heading right directly next to WrestleMania, would be a pay-per-view I would come up with right out of left field called the War of the Champions. A pay-per-view where all the champions would have to get in some form of a fight inside of an Elimination Chamber match to decide who is the true champion of that said division. And along the way towards this said pay-per-view, every single championship on every single show would be on the line each night in a match more dangerous than the last. And for the women for this year, I would manage to do a War of the Champions match for them as well. Realizing that I could do an all-women's Elimination Chamber match, I said, why not? Let's put them to the test, the same way I do every year for the men for the division. And then next thing you know, when the dust settled, the 6 women that would be available during this said match would not only be Honada Anderson, Holly Summers, Melinda Rhodes, Diva Diamond, who was currently in that division undefeated for almost a year with the championship that was resurrected during the brand that she was on, and also, besides another mystery opponent that I do believe went by the name of Caroline, you also had the half-sister of one Johnny Black called Jennifer Black, who inserted herself in this match by winning a championship called the Queen of Extreme Championship that was defended 24/7 at any time. Basically, it was a hardcore women's championship, and she would be able to win it by attacking somebody from out of nowhere on her 3rd match during that said brand. And when it came down to the night where all 6 of these women were fighting inside of this chamber, it was brutal, it was amazing, and there was some high-flying moves that took place, including Holly Summers doing a red arrow off the top of the chamber pod, landing on Coraline, eliminating her instantly. Then you would see Melinda Rhodes eliminating none other than Honaka Anderson with a hellacious spear tearing her in half to one of the pods. And then when the dust finally settled, it was left down to none other than Holly Summers, Melinda Rhodes, and Diva Diamond, who was left in this match after Diva Diamond would do a diamond cutter that she would call the Bada Bang right on the neck of one Jennifer Black, eliminating her out of this match. And once those three squared off, next thing you know, Melinda Rhodes would deliver the first strike with an enziguri right to the head of Diva Diamond from out of nowhere, sending her through a loop, only for her to take her to the outside of the ring on the chamber floor itself, hitting her with a Rebel Rouser, which is basically a suplex-like stunner move that she would do to eliminate Diva Diamond. Now, I originally thought it was going to be over after that. Diva Diamond looked like she was going to walk out of the chamber with her head held high after losing this match, but no, right after she got eliminated, just before she would hit the door, she would hit Melinda Rhodes with a bada bang. A diamond cutter right in the center of the ring, shocking everybody in the arena, including me. But then it would be down to the classic rivalry of Tricadia's past, which would see none other than Melinda Rhodes challenging against Holly Summers, both of them fighting back and forth, one reversing one finisher into the next, and then you would see the closing moments of this match where Holly Summers looked like she had nothing left in the tank, only for Melinda Rhodes to go to unfamiliar territory by going to the top rope, which I think was her ultimate mistake during this match after hitting a spear that did not take out Holly Summers, only for her to get caught and hit with a Holly Bomb, which was a modified power bomb that Holly Summers would do, for her to call her to get up, pick her up above her shoulders in a burning hammer formation, only for it to lead into a psycho driver that she would call the Holly Driver, for her to be the last woman standing, defeating Melinda Rhodes once again, thanks to the help of Diva Diamond. And Holly Summers would not only leave with her championship, which was the Undisputed Women's Championship, but would also leave with the Queen of Extreme Championship that was also on the line in that match, and would then just hold both championships high above her head, all before the cameras would fade to black, and would lead to a war that would last all the way into the grandest stage of them all. But would Holly Summers be able to retain those said championships on the Showcase of the Immortals? Would the other superstars involved in that said match try to go after her for revenge, or even after the other people who tried to go after them as well? We will have to find out the answers to that and more next time on part 2 of another edition of the DJ Smokies Great Moments in Wrestling History. And I guess with that said, folks, we might as well head back into the music, and when we return, we'll be back with more right after this. So don't go away just yet, folks, and stay tuned.